Welcome everybody to your weekly wellness check. It's meant to just be friends getting together, chit-chatting about fitness, about connected fitness, about our routines, about what's going on in the industry, all of the above, or whatever else we want to talk about, because, it's meant to be fun, so we'll adjust as needed. If you want to join the conversation, please don't feel any stress or hesitation. Just hit the hand in the lower right of your phone, and we'll pull you up on stage and you can be a part of the conversation. If that is not something you want to do, don't stress on that either. Just hang out in the audience and just listen in. That's all good. That's allowed. That's all good. I mean, it's supposed to be no stress, so that's all good. Don't worry about that. Hold on a second. I got the echo going and everything. Look at that. All right, I got it. Cause I got to have two phones, Danielle, because I got the other one so I can be in the chat.
Every time you say that, I just think that I got two phones.
Don't get me in trouble in here. It ain't phones like that. You know what I mean? It's a work phone and a personal phone. Erica know about both of them. Don't be starting nothing up in here. Starting stuff up in here. She know about my phones. You know what I mean? All right. So let's see. Let me see. What's the wait, I'm looking at the chat. You saw me run out of 8 for about 3 seconds, Danielle? You saw me at 8 for 3 seconds?
Nicole saw it. She called you out.
Oh, Nicole called. Let me keep scrolling up. Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, Nicole, you saw me at 8 for 3. Oh, yeah. You should just tell him, Nicole, like I was sprinting at 8 the whole time. Let's just extend it. I mean, it don't have to be true. Let's just tell him I was at 8 the whole time.
And then somebody will be coming for you because they'll be like, John ran the recoveries. He ran the recoveries at 8 on the incline at 12.
Oh, snap. Never mind. Don't tell nobody that, Coco. Don't tell them CocoLoco. Just never mind. You know I don't follow the class plan. It don't matter if it's Alex. I don't be following the class. I get tired. I just stop. He be on, we running on 7 and 8 at 5 incline, and I be walking at 3 and 4 at a 0. See, now I don't listen to all that. I just do whatever I feel like doing at that moment.
I listen to none of them because they're all crazy. So
they ain't gonna kill me.
Y'all are not the boss of me. I do what I want.
They ain't gonna kill me. I ain't even tripping. But all right, yeah, that was fun though. So let's see. I had number 2 on the agenda was number 1, but then all of a sudden I got a grant. I got a grant for our nonprofit foundation, Danielle. I was in shock. I applied for.
So awesome.
I applied for the grant, but it's the first time I ever applied for a grant. I never applied for a grant before, and they ask you for all kinds of numbers and all your financials and all your plans and oh my goodness, and so I mean that was like 3 months ago, and so I didn't figure it. I don't know. They left me behind. I don't know. But I got an email yesterday, so I got awarded the grant. So we're going to be using the grant next year because we're going to be doing a production that highlights the life of an enslaved person here in Connecticut, the same person I've been researching for about 2 years now. And so we're going to be doing a theatrical production, and then that's going to tour. And so we're using the grant money for that to pay the actors and pay the production folks to actually produce it. So that's what that's all about. It's not enough to cover it, so I'm gonna still be working to cover it, but we're gonna make it happen. But we got a grant. I'm like all hyped. So anyway, that's the news.
Very cool. So exciting.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's all good stuff.
Can't wait to see the project, the production when it happens. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. We're hoping that we can get interest from different educational entities, and then different museums and different historical societies, so that they can we can produce it and then have disparate kind of actors perform it in different locations around the country. So it's happening. We're gonna see what happens with it. And by the way, I have another one. Well, this wasn't mine. It's a friend of mine, and her 4th great grandfather. His name was William Grimes. He was an enslaved person in the South. He made his way, stowed away on a ship through New York, and made his way to Connecticut, and eventually became a rich man. And in Connecticut, and then his enslaver found him and came to Connecticut to retrieve him, and he had to sell everything he owned in order to pay off the enslaver, and then he died a poor man. But his descendants learned about him. I told this story last year in a post, and they've got a production as well that they're and a movie that they're debuting in California on January 6th, I think. So now I'm trying to get out there so that I can see it. Her name is Regina Mason, the descendant, and so that's another thing going on. We're going to see what's up with that. If I can get out there, I got family there, so I'm going to see if I can get out there and hang with them for a second, meet Regina, and watch the opening of the film, and then take some video, so you guys might see that coming up as well. So all kinds of stuff happening, juggling a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, so much good stuff coming up. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Anyway, let's jump into the topic that was originally at the top of the list. You guys are going to have to help me out with this topic. I don't know a whole lot about this topic. I just saw the word porn, and it came from Peloton, and I was like, what? What are we talking about? Huh? What? So you guys are going to have to help me out. What I heard was somebody got in and spammed Peloton, and there was a bunch of people with pornographic profile pics. Did I have that right? And if I do have it right, did any of us here get these follows? Because if I did, I didn't see them.
I did not get a follow, but Carrie, one of the admins from You Get To, her husband got one, I think it was, and she sent it to us.
Oh, Lord.
And someone else got one, and they sent it to me. And it was literally like the profile picture was a naked woman.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm like, well, I mean, what's the point? I guess if in their location they put a website or something, maybe if somebody goes to visit it.
Oh, snap. In their location, they had a website? Oh, so they were truly, it was like they were like on any other social platform. They're trying to get you to navigate somewhere. That's what that was?
That's what I think. I don't think Carrie's husband had it in there. I forget what hers said. Nicole might remember what it said. I don't remember what his said in the location. But the other one had like a website. Like, who the hell is typing out this website? Because you can't click on it.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe they thought somebody was going to be inspired by the pic and, and just be inspired to type this whole long ass thing. I don't know. That's crazy. When I saw it, I thought, well, I guess it makes sense, right? This has become like a form of social platform, I guess, while we're in classes, right? And I guess when we're using our phones, we can search and look at others' profiles and what they're working, what their workout looks like. So I guess it makes sense that even Peloton would be spammed in that fashion, right? I guess.
To me, it's just so pointless because you're not going to click on anything. So a lot of the times it's like phishing or something. So
Mm-hmm.
There's a link that you can click on.
Right.
But what can you do with Peloton? I mean, other than the fact that there's kids on there. So now you've got kids who have seen potentially pornographic material that clearly, I wouldn't want my 11-year-old seeing. But so there's that. But what are they getting out of it?
Right.
The spammers. Like, what is this doing for the spammers?
Yeah,
That's what I didn't understand.
Yeah. I don't know. All right, but I got it right though. That's all it was, right? It was like just a bunch of. Okay, here's another question I have. How do you create profiles if you're not already a member? Like, am I missing something?
I'm assuming they probably did like some kind of bot or something that created a bunch of the free trial memberships.
Oh.
That's what I would assume they did.
Oh, I got it. Okay, that makes sense. I got it. What's going on, Mike? You there, Mike? If you're talking, you're on mute. All right, we'll keep going. Yeah, that makes sense.
There we go. No, I'm good. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. What's going on, Mike?
Yeah. So I just want to interject here. So I think to answer the questions about the spam account, like everybody has security issues.
Right.
And so they found some loophole, much like, and Bob Tremore is not a spammer, but he's found loopholes in Peloton's security aspect.
Yep.
So these spammers have found a loophole into they can create profiles and try to entice people to sign up and get information from them.
So
I think they've closed that.
Okay, so it sounds more to me like, because I've never really played with it, but I've heard that Peloton has an API. So it sounds like somebody's hitting that and doing something malicious related to that, which kind of bums me out. Because at some point, I wanted to like try to build something against it, assuming that Uncle Barry was going to open that up a little further. But if it's being exploited, they might start locking it down more. Like now I'm thinking about it.
But they will. So this happens to everybody. This is not unique to Peloton. It's unfortunate, especially given the timing of the market, et cetera.
Right.
But like, I don't blame Peloton for this. Like,
right.
People exploit this all the time. There's, John, I think you know the whole script kiddies. There's people hacking or trying to hack sites 24/7 with scripts.
Right.
So I didn't get anything. Anybody I know did not get any malicious or salacious requests.
Right.
But so once again, this is great press for those who are short on Peloton, which I won't get on my soapbox for that. But like, people are looking to like tear down Peloton. Like, this happens to everybody. This happens to Google, Facebook, whatever.
Right.
LinkedIn. This is not unique to Peloton.
Right. Yeah. And that's kind of how I took it too. Like, I didn't see it. What was unique? What it was is that it was the first time I had heard of it occurring from a Peloton perspective, which is probably a positive because I hadn't really heard much like that. But no, it's not unique. I agree with you in general across the industry.
And they will shut this down and they'll fix this very quickly. Like, everybody has some security risk associated with their platform, but this seems like, once again, like clickbait to talk about Peloton versus actually being a widespread problem.
I think, and back to the point of it being a positive, and the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen something like this before. Now the more I'm thinking about it.
No, exactly. And that's a very good point. Like out of all the trials and tribulations we've seen over the past few years.
Right.
Why somebody hasn't exploited this.
And I'm not talking about this specific thing either. I'm just talking about any mechanism for using Peloton data to then exploit in some way. Like, I don't know that I've really heard anything like that.
And they actually didn't exploit anything. So it's all opt-in. So
it was social engineering.
Oh yeah.
So but that should not be detrimental to Peloton's brand. Like, this should be all inside the community, and if we actually have a true community leader, they should control this. This is not a Peloton specific issue or Peloton API specific issue, to be direct.
Well, and to John's point, like he was saying, we hadn't seen that before. It's actually a good sign for Peloton now that we are. It means there's enough users and it's growing that it's worth people's efforts to try to go after the community this way. Like, you can look at it that way.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing it. The more I think about it, just as we're talking now, the more I think about it, the more it feels like a positive. Like, because it's the first time we've seen it like this, and the fact, like you just said, that someone thought it was worth the time to do. Like, that's, gets at the positive. And like,
no, I mean, 3 million users, or 7 million, depending on your lens vector.
Right.
Like, that's significant.
Right. Yeah. What's going on, Shelly? How's it going?
It's going really well. I also think that, like, when you stay in a hotel and they have a Peloton bike, you have to set up a profile, even if you don't have a Peloton, to use the bike.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, there's so many Pelotons in public spaces. Anyone could set up a profile.
Yeah, I haven't used one of those bikes in a hotel in like so long that I couldn't remember if there was just like a login as guest or if it forced a profile. I just don't remember.
It forced the profile. Yeah, it forced the profile, and of course you wouldn't. If you have a Peloton profile, you don't even notice that.
CocoLoco said, I must be too busy at Planet Fitness. Yeah, you know I got dragged to Planet Fitness, Nicole. Erica wanted to use the step mill. But yeah, I am kind of busy at Planet Fitness. But yeah, that's interesting, Shelly. Yeah. If they have to create one anyway, like, people could just be creating bogus crap. there, right?
Well, you can create one on your, like, if you were like a perv, you could just create one on your bike at home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the reason I'm thinking that wouldn't be logical is I was thinking they could track that, right? Like if you're at home creating these profiles on a bike that's like associated with your account, like that would just be. I think that would make that person kind of silly. But
Yeah.
but
Or
the
maybe
scenario.
Maybe Anthony Weiner got a Peloton.
Oh Lord. Okay. Hold on. Courtney said. Wait. I gotta scroll back up to find it. We famous now, Courtney. Once you start getting porn on your and spammed, that means you done made it. Yeah, you right. That's right. I think that's what it means. I think that means we big time now. But yeah, so when I first saw it, and I thought my mind didn't immediately click to it's within the Peloton arena. I thought it was like Peloton people being spammed on other social platforms based on data from Peloton. Like it didn't quite click until I read it further, and they exploited the platform there. And, wow. But Peloton responded really quickly, and it seemed like they were really serious about, shutting that down, and I'm assuming they did. And I never even saw it. Had they not posted anything about it, I would have known nothing about it other than, other than Chris dropping the news and all that was out there. I would have never even known. Nobody followed me. I saw nothing. Well, cool. I'm gonna chalk that up as positive. That's what I'm chalk that up as. That's positive Peloton news for the week. So on to the next topic. So Nicole, I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor that you were a tester, and I kind of almost had my that rumor validated when I was at your house and you didn't tell me you had a rower and it was covered up with a blanket. And then we found out you were a tester and you had this rower and you did all this testing for them and hid it from me and nobody saw it. And now they taking it back? What?
They are ungrateful, mother effers.
Bastards.
That's all I got to say. Real quick, you're welcome, everybody, for the follow requests. And Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. No, John, I got to tell you, I changed my my phone number, my email address, my damn house address. And if I wasn't so damn successful in my career, I would have legally changed my name.
Right.
And those bastards still found me. They're making me give back that rower.
They found
I'm telling you.
Dang.
They found me.
That's because you had all those random people at your house lifting up tablecloths and trying shit out.
I didn't lift no tablecloth. I saw
Danielle, that's old news. Danielle, that's old news.
That's why they're taking it back, though. No, that's why
they're taking it back. They said that I cannot keep it because it is a prototype.
Right.
And that I need to return it. So
I think that if you're a part of those testing scenarios, maybe they give you a product. That you should get something for that. You help them out.
They did give me some things.
Don't tell me they gave you a shirt. Don't tell me they gave you a shirt.
No. They gave me free reign to create as many porn accounts as I wanted. And they took that from me too, man.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Motherfucker.
No, I did. I got I think they gave me like a couple of free months of a membership, and I think that was it. Something. Oh no, and a $50 gift card to like something.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't even to the boutique, and I'm like, yo, I want to shop, but.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned because, as always, I am on the naughty list this year, and Santa doesn't even stop in this household. So they told me that I needed to return it, and I had to schedule a date to pick it up, and I did what any normal person does, and I immediately added to cart. Yeah. And
you bought
strangely,
one?
Well, I had said to my husband, and I never ask him for permission to do anything. It's I was normally going to just buy it for him,
right?
Like I do all the other fitness equipment.
Yeah.
And he said to me, "You better not do that." And we all know I don't take threats very. I don't listen. And and then I added all the weights to my card and everything.
Oh, man.
And no, he said, "I'm going to ask you nicely to please not do this and to just trust me."
Okay.
So,
don't tell me.
I don't.
Oh,
right.
man.
Well,
wait a minute.
I don't listen to Lucas, but I do trust him.
Yeah.
I do trust him.
Yeah.
So I did what any normal, trustworthy wife would do.
Yeah.
I hacked into his Peloton account.
Yeah.
And I checked and see if he placed the order.
That's what I was thinking right now. I was like, did y'all just buy 2 rowers? That's what I was just thinking. No? Okay.
And he did not purchase the rower.
Oh, okay.
So we had to have a sit down, and I said to him, don't play, because I always get my way. And he said, Nicole, just please trust me on this.
Okay.
And so I've kept my mouth shut. I have not added anything else to cart. And Christmas is on Sunday.
Right.
And we do exchange presents on Saturday usually, so I can sleep late on Sunday.
Oh, he got one day. Okay.
You all better say a prayer that rower shows up, because I have a bit of a temper. So let's see how that goes. He knows me well enough by now not to disappoint me. So let's see how that goes.
Okay. Well,
we all think that that if Paul's going to be in trouble if that doesn't end up under Danielle's tree, Lord,
that's exactly what I was about to say.
Lucas will be in a hell of a lot more trouble.
I was about to say, I think 2 people might be in trouble come Monday.
Listen,
Danielle and I may be in the same boat.
I'm not getting the rower. I know y'all are not convinced of this, but I know I'm not getting it. But
I know that I am, because I know that Lucas won't do that to me. So we'll see.
Well, I got a question that I want to ask you both about weights. But before I do that, I want to bring in Lori. What's going on, Lori? How are you?
Hey, John. How are you?
I'm doing good. Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays to you guys, all of you. I'm sorry we've missed so many of the clubhouses, but hopefully we're back on track.
Absolutely.
So a retail season in holidays is not fun, and I think Amy and I are ready to go up to Maine and hide in a cabin for 6 days, which we're doing. But here's my question to that. So what is the draw to being a tester anymore? So Nicole,
that's where
to your point,
I agree.
To your point, if you have a prototype, whether or not you have a prototype, it's a working prototype. It works. You've tested. You've made it better for the masses. And to my thought process as a kind of progressive business owner, you take away from the people that test for you and keep it quiet and don't spill the beans to terms of hiding it under a blanket, whatever you do. But if nothing comes from testing other than the data, and you haven't shared that with anybody that is not privy to that, I think it's a, excuse my language, dick move to then say to the tester, unbeknownst to them at the beginning, which should have been disclosed, by the way, in the terms and conditions, if you're testing, by the way, we're going to ask for that back after all your hard work. Even if you're not a rower or not a biker or not a treadmill person, we're going to take it back. What message are you sending in growth processes in terms of those people are going to talk? And Nicole, I'm glad you talked, because that makes anybody less likely to say, hey, I'm going to devote my time, my energy, and my space in my home to something that you're testing at free cost to you. My workouts are free cost.
Right.
How is that in any way, shape, or form good PR, or any way, shape, or form good progress in terms of putting product in people's homes? Because let me ask Nicole this. If you had been allowed to keep that and you didn't get the request to return, would you not have talked this up to, I don't care what platform you're in or what room you're in? Wouldn't you talk that up? They're missing out on a big word of mouth marketing.
I agree with that. What I'm not sure about is whether or not they say up front or not that they're going to be requesting it back.
No, they told me that I had to contest that I was going to return it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's the only thing that I think.
I make my own rules up.
Yeah, that's the only part that. Yeah, I think they do make you attest that you're going to return it. But ultimately I do agree with you, Lori. In my mind, I feel like, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong here, I feel like Peloton has had magic as it relates to the community for a while that I think the community kind of brought that as a surprise to them. We've talked about this before, and I think there's a fanatical sense to the community, and I think they recognize that everybody's going to want to see these new products. Everybody's going to be clamoring to be a part of a trial, and I think they're just utilizing, they're just utilizing that, right?
But
So
again,
my
John,
point,
their biggest thing was word of mouth at the beginning when we were all OGs in 2014, 15, 16. Nothing would have happened if it hadn't been for people like Nicole spreading the word, right? Or
Right.
us or you or whomever. So by okay, and Nicole, yes, okay, they told you would have to return it, but to follow through on that when they finally release it, you have a prototype, like it's a big deal. I just find that if you're a company that wants to grow in the position that, and I will say this, in the position that Peloton's in today, to ask for something back is just the stupidest marketing move in the book.
I thought that it probably made sense to get the prototype back, but I just thought that either they would get a discount, some, huge discount on the product, or get a replacement of it. That's kind of what
so
I
I
agree,
can see
but
a
you're giving
discount, but
oh,
I don't think that they should get the whole rower. Could you imagine if they have hundreds of people testing, they're going to give away a $3,200 piece of equipment?
yes,
That's insanity. No,
it's
no.
not
Give a
because
discount.
Danielle, if
Give them
you
hundreds
tested
of
it, you'd
dollars
want a free
off.
one.
I wouldn't
I
accept the
didn't
free
test it,
one
and I
though.
want a free one. I mean,
but to the point of
Listen, as much as I
testing,
promoted the rower before it even came out, they should be giving me a free one.
well, they
Shit, I made the
should,
rower happen, but they're
but
not. But but like
but
hundreds of dollars off maybe, but I can't see giving a
I,
$3,200 piece of equipment to everyone who tests
But
it.
$3,200 in your price is $800 in manufacturing, right? So when you look at cost of equipment and you have testers, then everybody that actually followed through on the testing should get, because you may have sent, okay, you may have asked 2,000 people to participate, but most people don't. But if somebody puts in the time and effort, you should. I agree with John. You should get an actual product.
yeah, you should get something. I agree. That was kind of my whole piece to it as well. I see Nita in the comments is saying that yeah, they're not incentivized to do that. Yeah, and I agree with you. I don't think they are because they got so many people to test. But I agree. It feels I don't know what the balance is, but it does feel a little off that you put all this effort into testing their product, and in the end, like you get you get a small goodie bag.
Do you know how much
weird.
data they get from people like her, like Nicole? Like the sad part is the data that they're gleaning from these people is worth something in return, not just a prototype that gets taken back and now you have to buy it full price.
Right.
So
Yeah,
when
and
you're
the surveys that we had to complete at the end of each week, they were very involved. And I guess you know what, people very well could have just like not done them, but I always have a lot to say, and I did give my opinion, a very in-depth opinion about various things. And I'm curious to see even just the design of it. Like, I don't know if anybody has,
If it
well,
changed.
for everyone that has the rower right now, like the actual, not the prototype, does the screen pivot fully or does it only pivot partially?
I don't know if anybody out there has it.
Partially.
Partially. Okay, so that was the biggest thing that I had continuously wrote in about because it is a big piece of equipment, right?
Right.
And if you're having it, straight up and down, and like even if it's just long ways in your room, and you only can pivot the screen like 45 degrees, or just not even a full like 180, or just if you can't be
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
I know exactly
I found when
what
I
you're
was
saying.
doing the boot camps, like I was kind of like parallel to the machine when I really should have been perpendicular or whatever it is, like, to go the opposite way, right?
Yeah,
like I would have liked that.
Yeah,
but I guess they didn't. Yeah,
that makes sense to me. Like, because when I was thinking about where I would have placed it had I gotten one, my main workout area would have been in front of it. So if it only went 45 degrees, yeah, that'd be a problem. I'd have to find another spot.
And considering the fact that they have the Bike Plus out now, in which you can pivot that screen all the way around,
right?
I would think, and I don't know what you can do with the regular tread that's out, but like, I don't know. That was like one thing that I continuously kind of like honed in on that, and like just like I felt like it was very difficult. I don't know if it's because I have chunky legs or whatever, but like I found it very difficult to like put the handle back into like the holder.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it, and I'm not really flexible, so I guess that was another reason. But I found that was a bit difficult. Oh, and another thing that I brought up to them was that when I noticed this, I'm in the Peloton row group. A lot of people are talking about it. That if you put on it pairs seamlessly with your Apple Watch, which is wonderful. But if you put on row on your Apple Watch, that data is not accurate at all. I would be completing 15, 20-minute classes, and I tell you, soaking wet. And it said that I was burning 35 to 40 calories. So I have the Peloton heart rate monitor, shove that thing on my forearm, and look what happens. And now I'm burning 200 plus calories. The row feature on the Apple Watch doesn't, I guess, however it formulates like your heart rate and like your pulse and all that stuff, it was not at all accurate. And there were forums after forums after forums on that. And now I know that they don't really have anything to do with Apple, right? Like, but that's something that I'm still seeing being brought up in the Peloton row group. My Apple Watch is not accurate. And all I keep commenting is use a different heart rate monitor, because the row feature, or you can like use the Apple Watch under like other or something like that. And then it gives you the calorie burn. But 40 calories in a 20-minute class when you're soaking wet, I burn more calories on that in a just walk. I burn more calories on that when I'm just doing a meditation.
Wow.
Like it just doesn't make any sense. So that was something that, and I guess that hasn't changed either. So we'll see.
I guess to Danielle's point, I don't disagree with the fact that everybody can't get a free rower, but it should be tiered. So if Nicole, you put in 100% of the time, then you get 70% off. Or if somebody put in 10% of the time, they don't get anything off. But what I think Peloton is missing right now, and again, I will talk to being a business owner, is if you have somebody out there putting in 200%, and Danielle, you've put in 200% or 500% to marketing, then at least reward the people that are doing the work.
But
don't take it away from them.
Isn't that, I agree with you, Lori, but isn't that like their MO, like in general, right?
Well, we could talk all night about that, but I'm just saying, in terms of this, Nicole should have gotten something of a deal with a rower.
I agree. I know I'll take us into a whole other thing, but I agree. I think I was a tester. Okay, I'm not going to say the product. I was a tester for a product with Peloton, and I couldn't stand that product. And we had to fill out these surveys every night. And every night I was like dreading filling out this survey because I was like, this shit sucks. And I was like, every day I was like, okay, I'm going to use the product. And then next day I'd be filling out this survey like, it felt like someone had a gun to my head. So, but I knew that there were other people that didn't feel like that. And they were like, doing the max, right? They were using the product multiple times. I just wasn't. I was doing the minimum for the entire 3 months or however long it was, because I couldn't stand it, right? So, I wanted them to take that thing back as soon as possible. Whereas another person, I'm sure, who was giving them much more data and doing the max, I would have, you would think that, they were much more valuable in the process than I was, and probably should have been rewarded for that in some way, right? I agree with you. Yeah,
I agree. So I was asked to be a tester of something, and I can't say what, but there's no incentive anymore. So okay, so you send out emails, you ask people. So in terms of the rower, though, knowing the draw that they had, I mean, Danielle, you were the biggest draw. I mean, come on, they should have given you like 5 free rowers at this point. But my point is, if you're putting in the work and the time, there has to be a return. It's no different than a loyalty program that any business sets up. So if you're part of Sephora, or you're part of any big corporation, or even our small company, we have a loyalty program. And if you do something, you get something in return. If you're not giving something to somebody as an incentive, oh yeah, you get to test a rower, give us all your data, and screw you at the end, we're going to take it back, and we're not going to give you anything in return. You have to buy it at full price. That's deterring people from the testing program or from spreading a good word about Peloton.
Yeah, I agree.
Word of mouth in businesses is the most important marketing that is often overlooked. And right now, Peloton needs good word of mouth.
I just want to say that so that you guys don't, you may not know this, but Lori has an amazing pet food store. It's like I think it's all natural, right, Lori? It's called Leaps and Bones.
Okay.
Our dog passed away a couple years ago, but we used to go in there and pick up products for our dog. And so just so that you guys know, I mean, Lori's pet store is incredible. So FYI.
Where is your pet store?
We have 3 locations in Connecticut. But you're giving, beyond that, you're giving us too much credit, John. A lot of that is to my wife who built this business while I was still working corporate. But yes, we do. We offer good products at an affordable price because we don't believe in the old adage of raising the prices and then decreasing them to give people the perception of sales. But if people work to tout our business, we consider people family. So there's a big difference between corporate and small business. So with 3 locations, we have a family. But even as big as Peloton is, if somebody touts our business, we make sure that they are rewarded for that with a discount of, say, family discount, or we gave a heroes discount during COVID, and we give a military discount every day, and we give a senior citizen. And does it take away from profit? Yeah, but what it does is it values our family, it values our customers, and our customers really kept us going during COVID. We would never have survived. I will say, John, I thank you for touting us, but I really do have to place the success of our business on our customers, because again, and this is where I'm coming from, if somebody goes out of their way, you have to do something to make sure they're recognized internally, maybe not in media or anything else, but you have to. God, we are so far removed from corporate anymore that Amy and I believe that if you really do give something, you have to get something back. And Nicole, I'm sorry, because I really truly feel that if you gave everything, you should get something. And I think that's a long lost. It's lost.
Yeah,
it's
that's definitely something. And again, like I was joking a little earlier, but not really. But I do think that's something that I don't know if it's just a corporate thing. I don't know if it's a Peloton thing. I don't know what it is, but I think that's something that has been missing. I think this is just it's symptomatic of it. That's another.
It's also gotten stingier because, I mean, it used to give you the $100, credit in the store.
Yeah, I think they had to do that.
First of all, it was unlimited, and then they put it to 12, and now it's to 6.
Yeah, they had to adjust that. I think that with the problems the financial problems they were having, plus how it was being used, I think they had to put some limits on that. But I think, but ultimately, with regards to Lori's right about her store. Like when we went in there, we were struggling. Eric will probably remember better than I. I can't remember specifically what it was, but our dog was struggling. We were struggling with the types of foods that we're giving her, and we just were struggling to get her to eat anything regularly. And they gave us like 3 or 4 separate samples of different types that we could try to figure out, what we could get her to more consistently eat. And we didn't pay for that. Lori and her wife were just very kind to us in that way. So, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that you can do that at a larger corporate level, but yeah, it definitely felt like family, Lori. And I appreciate that.
It wasn't kindness, John. I think if we really go back to what builds businesses, it's you guys walking in the door supports a family, supports food on the table, supports. We have mostly full-time employees, so you support somebody working and living in that community. We don't give away to get. We give away because we truly believe that if we help, then we're doing something for the community that supports us. So I appreciate that, and we love you guys for that. But we really don't look for recognition. And that's our fault. But in terms of what Amy and I believe is if somebody comes in and they walk out and they can give something to their pet and that brings something to their family, then we're doing something good.
I love that.
Sorry.
I love the
gonna
mindset.
shut up now.
No, that's all right.
You're gonna make me cry for what we do, and I don't cry. So, but we really do believe that if you give, you get back.
Yeah.
And that's my story with Peloton is they've lost their way on that.
That's a struggle, I struggle with that a little, wanting to be on that side of the equation at all times. But that giving side. But like from a corporate perspective, how far, when they're that big and they got all of these investors, like I don't know how far they can go with it. But with things like this, yeah, I align with you. I'm like, all I know is the things I've tested, I put in a lot of work, and when it was a bad product, it felt like even more work. So to get nothing in the end is like, yeah, that kind of sucks. But anyway, all right, let's see. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I. Oh, I saw you in the chat, Chris. Yeah, I know. I got to do something about this about this stair stepper. I'm gonna be in trouble on Monday too. I got to do something. But yeah. Anyway. And Lori, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you came up on stage, and I'm grateful for you and Amy, and to have the opportunity to even tell people about the amazing stuff that you guys do and at Leaps and Bones. So I recognize you're not looking for that, but I something that I just wanted to make sure people knew. Like, who you are and what you've done. So, yeah, great stuff. It's great stuff.
And we appreciate that. So thank you. And you guys, we hope everybody has a happy holiday, and we love you all. And I will shut up for the rest of the clubhouse.
No, don't do that. But, all right, let's see. What do we have next? You know what? There are a couple of topics that I end up putting on the agenda some weeks that we'll get votes for, but then nobody really, cares to talk about them. It tends to be artist series, or when somebody has a baby. Like they'll get some votes, but then nobody really wants to talk about them. So I don't know. The next topic is Selena Samuela had her baby boy. I don't know. You guys, anybody want to? I don't know. It's exciting. I don't know when she's coming back.
I didn't vote for it. So.
See? I put things on the agenda. Nobody. See? I mean, I think it's exciting. I think it's awesome for Selena. I'm happy for her. I don't know if we heard anything about when she's coming back or how long she's out, but I think it's exciting news. So I left it on the agenda. In the event anybody had anything they wanted to add.
I mean, we can just say congratulations.
Okay, I like that. Okay, wait, hold on. We'll give it the applause. Okay, and then we'd be good?
Yeah.
And then we'd be good. All right.
Then we're good. Congratulations.
Okay, then we'd be good. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. My congratulations is more like, I mean, keep your eye on the prize. I mean, I guess. I mean, better you than me. I mean,
you got them for a long ass time, right?
When you got kids that are in their 30s and you've already lived that. You're happy for people, but you're also happy as them. You understand? Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Like, exactly. And just a FYI, you'll be baking 130 some odd cookies in a 2-day span. I mean, just keep that stuff in mind as y'all have kids.
You know what I'm saying?
Just remember.
When you already went through the terrible twos and you went through the preteens and you went through the 20s and the struggles and the college days and the relationships, and if you done already did all that, you be like, well, I mean, congratulations. I mean, all right.
Like, you have fun with that. Keep me posted. Let me know how it goes.
Let me know how you doing. Let me know if you need any prayer or anything like that, All right. What's next? Whitney Houston. Oh, wait a minute. The Whitney Houston Artist Series. Back to back. 2 different topics that I always throw on here that people say they want to talk about. But then it turns out they don't want to talk about. Okay, so the Whitney Houston Artist Series. People were real excited about the Whitney thing. They had all these classes. Weren't the classes like today? Yesterday and today? Or just today?
Yesterday and today, I think.
Yesterday.
I think some dropped yesterday.
Oh, okay. Right. And people were hyped, right? I saw everybody out there hyped. Even I was hyped. I threw all kinds of images out there. Whitney coming. Whitney Houston series. And I didn't take not one class. So did anybody else take a class? How was the class? Like, how did it go?
Allie's class was great. Like I said, I was baking as it was happening, and I was listening.
Right.
But from what I heard, it was really good. She played like some remixes to songs she played in the first one. Okay. And then she plays songs that she hasn't played before. So I told her, I'm like, I can't wait to take it. And I believe that there was like 0 recovery in that ride. So
she don't care about us.
Oh, Niecy,
that's not me.
Niecy, she has 0 recoveries. Niecy, she trying to kill people.
She said, we going to the bell. We going. She was like, we going to the bell.
To the bell.
She goes, you can recover after the timer hits 0.
She said you can take the cool down ride. That's your recovery.
Yes.
Is that what she said, Courtney?
Yes. She's such a good coworker.
Leanne has a 5-minute
She was like, y'all should
ride
take
that you can
Leanne's
take
cool
after
down.
this. Exactly. You can take the 5-minute cool down after
this.
You
can take it with Leanne. Leanne will set you up because I don't got that time. I don't got time for that.
Oh, my.
And she definitely went to 0 on the timer.
And
0.
She did.
She rode to the end. She rode to the end?
To the very end.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I took Rebecca's strength class in the Whitney series, Leanne's warm-up, Allie's ride, and the cool down. It was so good. I was singing, and I really like how they did like some remixes or songs that they didn't have before, because you really could go back.
Yeah.
Like Allie suggested, and take like part 1 and part 2 together.
Okay.
But it was absolutely awesome, and now I'm like motivated to go see the movie.
Oh yeah.
When it comes out on Christmas.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm anxious. I want to see the movie.
Had it in custom stuff too, because she had this cute little polo neck situation that I know that was not real Peloton apparel.
Oh, she was cute.
She stays getting like her 1-of-1 custom stuff.
It's so annoying. I'll be like, "Where's that from?"
Girl.
And like,
you can't shop that.
Is it gonna drop? Maybe it's something that's gonna drop. No, she don't do it like that.
No,
not often.
Oh, okay.
Allie said I'm 1-of-1. I'm the only one. Like, literally all of Allie's clothes. Like, it's so annoying.
Oh man.
Because I'll be like, "Ooh, that's real cute," and it's like, no,
can't get it nowhere.
She made that for the class so that she could wear it.
Okay.
And still adhere to dress code. Because they have to wear like at least one piece of Peloton apparel.
Right.
She's like, well I can make my own Peloton apparel because you're not going to mess with my vision.
But Rebecca didn't I think sometimes in the artist series they get leeway to wear like the artist, like the shirts that they had, like the cutoff shirts, because like Leanne had.
I want Leanne's shirt. Leanne's shirt is cute.
A few others had that shirt, and I was like, oh, that is really cute. And then Rebecca had on this.
That?
Oh, this is just my son playing. He's fine.
I was like, after everybody was talking about pray for you if you have kids, you'll have a cry.
Yes, exactly. Because currently he is climbing.
Sounds like she needs prayer right now.
Let us pray. Let us
while
pray.
I'm like I'm a tree. So that's what's happening.
The church bow their heads.
Let the church bow. Let us pray. We're gonna pray for Courtney.
Exactly. He's climbing up and down me like I am like some type of like gym piece of material. But Rebecca's outfit was like the gold, like velour top and bottom that Whitney wore. I forgot what concert sometime in the 90s. But I think they get some leeway, like with the artist series classes, to kind of wear like the artist's work. But they were cute. I loved it.
I love it.
We'll
People
probably
be bitching
take it
already.
again.
They were like, "Oh, we don't want the remixes." I'm sorry. Whitney sings ballads. How are you supposed to do a power climb to a ballad? Like, can you give some grace, please?
I agree
People
with
are so
you.
annoying. I love it.
They are. I love the remixes. Also, I think it translates to these legends,
right?
That they go beyond. They leave a legacy. So she mentioned, I think one of the remixes was done last year. But I think that that's, we have samples now of artists that were in the 70s and 80s and 90s.
Right.
So I just think people need to chill. But that's how the good music, it should last.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I think, I love the idea of the artist series. But the actual artist series, I then end up struggling with. It just ends up being just another class in my mind. I don't know if, does this not make sense? Like the idea of the artist series, when someone says, oh, we're about to drop a Whitney, right? Or we're about to drop a Tribe Called Quest. The idea of the class and the artist and the nostalgia of when I first heard it and all of that comes up and I am all hyped. But then when it comes the day to actually take the class, it's just another class to me. Like it doesn't persist. Does that make any sense?
It does. I'm the opposite.
That's the same way. I'm the same way, John. They'll be like, I'll be super. And honestly, for me, a lot of it also depends on who's teaching.
Yeah.
So like, there's some where I'm like, I'm super excited, and then I see who's the lineup, and I'm like, oh damn, come on, Peloton, why are you gonna do me like this? Like, where are my people? Like, I want to.
They got a good charity,
love
Danielle.
it.
They got to spread the love. Girl,
they ain't got to spread nothing. I want my people. Like, if it's not my people, I don't want to be here.
You know damn straight that I was not going to be taking no post-ride stretch in German. Like, the only German class I'm going to take is Cliff. But because I support all Black people. I'm like Issa Rae. I cheer for everybody Black. But I'm not going to take no German stretch. So I absolutely went to Cody's unofficial Whitney stretch where he's singing The Greatest Love of All.
Right.
And it's an entire 1 minute. And so I was like, and that class has over 1 million plays, has almost a perfect score because Cody knew what the fuck he was doing. I was like, the real ones know you take this stretch if you want a dose of Whitney. You're like, I'm not taking no, I'm like, Mila is nice. I just don't speak German and I don't want to have to pay attention. I'm trying to vibe while I'm stretching my hamstrings.
My thing isn't even about who's like the instructor. It's just like the air deflates out of the bubble as it like gets closer and closer to the day of the class for me, regardless of who it is. It's like I get that initial rush of excitement about the idea, and then it just kind of fizzles. Like I wonder, I don't know if that's common or if it's something Peloton should be doing to kind of make these things like not do that, or maybe the announcement should be closer to the day of the class. I don't know, but
Chris already said that they announced it 12 hours before. Like, there's not even that much time for you to lose the excitement, my guy.
I'd be losing it. Yes, maybe it's just
Candace
me.
is right? Because
you ain't never had it.
No, I also think it's who does the class. When Leanne did the Amy Winehouse class, she was great. I mean, she talked a lot about Amy Winehouse and, and I thought that was a great class. But some of them, it's just the music and not super great music sometimes.
Yeah. Let me bring Jessica in. What's going on, Jess?
What's up, fam?
It's all good. I can't call it. What's happening?
Nothing. Listen, Whitney Artist Series is something that is just very near and dear to me. I took every single class the last time.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter who was teaching it. I even took Maddie. And I don't work out with him. But it was...
Wow, you took Maddie?
That was so restrained for you, Jessica.
I know. But it was Whitney.
I'm proud of you because I love Maddie.
You.
I just don't be taking classes because
I'm glad you do. But
now, if I said I took it, the whole world would just shut down.
But what I won't do is take anything in German. The only way I would take a German class, I would literally have to be dying, and that would have to save my life. Like, it's just it's not happening.
It's just because
learns German.
It's just because
German.
Is
it just because you focus so much on like the direction of the instructor?
It's too much going on. I'm trying to live. I'm trying to read. I'm trying. You trying to count. Listen, we're not doing all of that. I'm not.
This is how you can tell who reads fast and who doesn't read fast. Because I could do that shit just fine.
Nah,
I'm glad for you. It's too much happening.
Hard.
It's not even just reading. It's also just hearing it. It's so distracting. Like, Spanish is different. I've grown up, with Hispanic culture, Latinos. So that's like another language. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't bother me hearing anything in Spanish, and I can pick up words. That's fine. But German?
I'm a little surprised I'm a little surprised, Danielle. Danielle.
Don't. I taken Mila's Aretha Franklin class. I
Yeah.
took all the Mariah Carey's, the
Good
German
for you, girl.
body weight with Marcel.
Right.
I've taken the stretch. I just like the artist, and
Good for
I don't
you.
know.
My love is not that deep.
Danielle, did
I
you
like the
say that?
artist.
Did you say that you struggle with it too, Danielle? Because if you're struggling with it, I'm a little shocked. Because you told all of us a couple weeks ago that you be on the treadmill running, reading books. And see, if you
Okay.
can read a book, then you could just be reading them little subtitles. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
you understand?
So
Like
here,
I'm a
there's
little
two things
lost.
though. There's two things because Peloton can't get the captions right. Y'all
It's
So the
not even
captions
just
don't always
The
match
captions
up.
are
They're
get
slower. They're not lined up. Even if
Oh,
you look
okay.
at like when it's in English and you read the
Yeah.
captions don't always line up the way they're supposed to be. And two, I'm sorry, but German is just so rough on my
it
ears.
is
Like
so
it's
rough. It
Dang.
sounds
just
like they're
not
yelling
German
at
is
They
you.
ugly.
felt like you
And
getting
they
like
yelled
it's
at?
just so
smiling.
like
Yo, I'm
hard
not.
sounding. Like Spanish is
Mm-mm.
so beautiful and like flowy and then there's
Mm-mm.
German and German sounds like it makes you want to like kill somebody or something. I'm like, what are you telling me to do? Like
Word. Like serial killer vibes. Like, I'm like, I'm not doing this.
I can't. I struggle with that. For me, just exercising and reading, that's automatically a problem. So I can't do any of the.
She's an alien.
I can't do.
So
Yeah, I can't. Any class where it's I can't understand, and I'm gonna have to read anything that I'm kind of out.
facts.
Yeah, I'm
I
struggling
filter out.
enough.
Like, I don't care what I'm just not doing it. I don't call me small minded, call me whatever you want. I don't care. I'm not doing it. And I too align with being Issa Rae of Peloton, and I root for all the black people. Cliff go, Cliff go. By yourself will not take your class.
You know,
Once you teach it English, absolutely.
when I started with Peloton, I was in that mode, and I still am. You guys know me, but but it was more critical back then because the only person we had was Alex, and then Allie, and so I was just like, okay, I'm doing all black instructors to support the fact that there's some diversity now,
Right.
and I was just like all hardcore support diversity so that this doesn't go away. But yeah, they got so much diversity now. They got so many different people from different with different backgrounds, and so now, yeah. But I'm still, because of who I am, I still kind of am in the same mode. But it's
Same. Go, Cliff, go.
but it used to be. It used to be you wanted to promote the fact that we do need diversity. So let's support.
I think that the only reason that Cliff even got English classes is because Black Peloton would organize and we would ride with him regardless. We'd be like, you know what? We'll just turn the instructor down and just vibe, and maybe they'll let it rock. And so they
Y'all are
saw
real
that
ones.
so many of us would ride with him that they let him teach in English because we were
That
like, please let us
is
have a
a
gospel
real
ride.
love. That's congrats to y'all, because
I also agree with Rich in the comments because I don't understand how you are teaching in German, but then you don't teach in French.
I don't get that either.
Because I was
I don't
right.
get that.
There are more colonized countries that are francophone.
Exactly.
So if you're
I don't get
thinking
that.
about expanding across, Europe
Come on, man.
or even Africa, like if you're really thinking about it, there are more countries that speak French and not German. So I just never understood that. But
Yeah, I
don't
never got
work
that
there.
one. Yeah, that one lost me.
I would love some French classes. That I would take.
Even into Canada, like that one kind of loses me.
Period. They'd be dissing the Canadians. I feel so bad for the Quebecois community because like they don't get anything. Like the Canadian Peloton members get dust. Like their apparel store is trash. Even like Canada Day, I felt like was an afterthought. And again, they like only do it for like the English speaking part of Canada.
Right.
I was like, there's a whole like province that doesn't speak English.
Exactly.
Like, and they are right above us. They have
exactly.
Exactly. Why are you so raggedy? Like, so raggedy.
Maybe one day, but yeah, I've been waiting for that one. That one I never understood. But yeah, anyway, I had to bring that up about the book again, Danielle, because I just found it so funny when you said that. I just don't understand how you do that. And then when I was walking out the gym that day with Erica, and then that dude was up there on the thing reading, I said, this got to be like Danielle's long lost brother or something. I almost took a video of the dude.
I get that. Shorty is running and reading. Like, what? a step machine, that's one thing, right? Cool.
Right.
I mean, you might miss a step, boom, you trip up. Okay, cool.
Okay, right.
Shorty is running.
Right.
Like superhuman.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how she do that. I be that had about 18 lumps on my head. I can't do that.
Okay.
Lots of people read and run.
Really?
Lots of people named Danielle.
I mean, cause we gotta qualify lots of. You know what I mean?
I want us to do a poll and see who answers.
We need to do a poll on this because I don't know about this lots of. I don't know.
Lots of people listen to books.
I mean,
and run. Listen.
And I hate listening to books.
I love it.
Yeah, maybe we need to qualify the reading. Maybe they're qualifying listening as reading, like a book. I don't know. I gotta figure this out now. I gotta find these lots of people. But anyway, all right. Well, the next topic I had on here is the Bradley Rose Hanukkah ride. Didn't they have other Hanukkah rides? It wasn't just Bradley Rose's, right?
No, I didn't see nothing.
It was just his.
It was just Bradley?
Just Bradley.
Just his ride and his cool down.
Okay. Well, the reason I threw it on the agenda is because I know there was a lot of discussion in the Run, Lift, and Live group about Bradley being the
Jewish
instructor.
Peloton has been like on blast about it. They're like, yo, finally you see us. But I do think it's weird that Bradley did it and not, Robin, who's literally a practicing Jew.
Right.
Like, I'm just confused. I was like, I understand that maybe Jen Sherman would just say fuck too much. And so they're like, no, we need this to be family friendly. And we can't guarantee that Jen Sherman will not curse. So we can't give her no PG-13 ride.
Wait, did she curse like that?
No, girl, she curses so much, and I don't even take her like that. But she's great. She don't give a fuck.
Jen Sherman has the absolute pottiest mouth of anyone and everyone.
You're lying.
She curses more than
everybody.
All the time.
Oh yeah.
I've never taken one of her classes.
Themselves.
What?
She was like, "Yo, it's amazing."
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she
doesn't curse mean though. She doesn't curse.
No, she's funny, but she was like, "If you don't like my cursing, you can go fuck off." She's amazing.
I know you lying.
On this one ride,
she's said, like literally Jersey for real. Like
no,
she
for
is
Jersey.
Yes.
She don't give a fuck.
She's like,
let me find out she a thug.
No, she don't give a fuck. She don't give a fuck.
She is.
It's great.
I'm gonna need to take one.
Like, get the fuck out of
I'm
here.
OG. What you gonna do about me? I'm the first instructor. Fuck with me.
Jen Sherman out here thugging?
She's like, thug. What you gonna do?
Hello, thugging.
What you gonna do? For real. Like, I deeply respect
No,
him.
I need to take this. Like, I've never in my life taken a Jen Sherman
Plus
ride.
the fact that Alex is like her little adopted son. The Mother's Day ride was real cute. Yeah, she don't give a fuck. She was like, watch.
Did she curse during that?
No, she did have to. I have to think about it. I just have to think about it.
Did she curse during what? She didn't do a...
No, not during the Mother's Day 2-for-1.
Oh, the Mother's Day.
2-for-1. No, I think she held back. She kept.
She was trying though.
She was really trying because you could tell it was like
not
there.
I gotta take a class. I need somebody send me like the most explicit one they've taken.
She's like the Godfella. That's what it was remind me of.
Yeah,
like
yes,
the mob,
absolutely.
kind of like.
I used to take a lot of Jen Sherman in the early days. This is 2016, but I used to take a lot of Jen Sherman, but and
not even a stretch.
Back then, I think we just kind of got used to, that was, her cadence, what she did, that was her thing, right? So it didn't sound or feel shocking as it does like when we're talking about it, because we just kind of got used to that.
That's literally her, like her.
And it just comes out so naturally from her. Like, it doesn't sound forced. It doesn't. So it doesn't even.
No, that's really her.
To me personally, it doesn't make you like flinch. Like, when someone curses and you're like, oh, this person sounds awkward. Like,
she's not trying
to curse. But when you listen to her, like, it just rolls off the tongue. Like, this is just literally the way she talks. You can tell this is the way she sits at her kitchen table and talks to her family.
And when she says it,
I'm so shocked right now.
If her daughter doesn't pick up the phone, she'll put on Instagram like she looking for her kid while she's at university. Like, she's a thug. Yes.
Yeah, she don't do that. It's great.
Oh my gosh, I took this one ride the one time and she blasted her kid for failing her driver's test. she was like, and she's probably gonna hate me if she sees this, but she failed. And then I guess she
snap.
finally passed or something. But it was like so funny because I'm like, this shit is so relatable.
She's hilarious. Like,
Does she
My
take care
kids
of her?
didn't fail the driving
like
test, but
that.
we were like getting to that stage where it was time for them to take it. But I'm like, this is so damn relatable.
I need a
Mm-hmm.
filter by hip hop and explicit.
You know, when she one of her rides, she actually said, "Don't be DMing into my, in my messages and complain about my cursing. I do it to motivate myself to get up these hills." And she goes
I
like, "Come
heard
on,
that.
put it up, get up this fucking hill." Like, and she
Yeah.
doesn't.
I remember that class.
That resonates. That's like somebody just saw me. I do the same thing. I don't know if
Yeah.
other people do that. But I do the same thing. Like I'll get aggressive with myself. And
Absolutely. So
yeah.
I'm very shocked that she's that way. She looks so dry. Like
And she
that's
does
not
the.
somebody I
She's
would
really
ever
not,
date.
and she's got some good hip hop rides.
She's
And if you
not.
like
She
80s
does.
music, she's
Yeah,
got
she's
some
chill.
good 80s rides too.
No,
Like
she's
she
good.
got, she
I
got some good
love
80s
80s
rides.
music.
Her
I'm
sig-
I'm
Yacht
very
Rock?
very shocked.
Oh,
Yes,
then
her
you
80s
definitely need to
rides.
take Jen. Her
Ooh,
80s rides are
ooh, her
really good.
yes, they are chef's
This is
kiss.
what happens when you don't follow the
Really?
swarm schedule.
Yes,
Because
yes.
her 80s rides have been on the swarm schedule. I'm just
I
saying. I
absolutely
mean,
skipped them. Did you not?
clearly,
Right.
clearly.
Let me tell you something. I've never, nothing's ever really attracted me to Shorty. Like, she just doesn't seem like she has the face of like, ride with me. It just doesn't, I don't know, maybe I'm biased. She looked dry. So I don't
I
want
No,
to
it's
be in
never,
the
okay.
thought that,
It's,
but
everybody
Jess,
has their own implicit bias, but Jen's a real one. She a
I
thug.
started taking her after Alex and her did the 2-for-1. I was like, oh, this lady is cool. And I started kind of like, I would take her class if it was on live or available. So
her
I
sing
like her.
along classes are a lot of fun. Her
Yes, her
sing along,
holiday one was
sing
fun.
along.
Yeah,
yeah, they're
didn't she do
great.
a holiday sing along? That
It
was
was
Mm-hmm.
last
great.
Sunday. Yeah,
Wait a
Yes.
minute. Like, so
Yep.
she sings to every song or something?
actually, everyone sings. You heard?
Everyone, the whole studio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Those used to
great.
be a staple. I mean, back when the studio was
Shut
really open more,
up.
like those
But
were a
she did
staple.
one last week. She did one this past week, and it was a lot of fun. She has a lot
It
of
was
good
so cute because
music.
they turned the I don't know how they do that,
You
Shelly,
heard
but
the
like
whole
you could
studio.
there
It
we go.
was
You could hear the whole studio like singing. It was a vibe.
That's
I
awesome.
enjoyed it.
That is
yeah.
awesome.
I've actually never taken a sing along ride, and I've never
That's
taken one
really
of her
dope.
football rides. But I've
And then
heard
she says,
that they're both really, really good.
she said either follow and her rides. She's a tough instructor, and she says either follow or just have fun on this ride. It's
That's
up to
right.
you.
Right. That's right up my
All
alley.
right. I'm committing to
And
taking a Gen ride before the next show.
I mean, there's no
she generally
live ride,
goes
so
heavy,
yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
she generally
Wow.
likes to go
I
heavy.
like her because
Football rides are
she goes heavy.
her football rides are like tough.
Yes,
You're like dying
Oh,
on them.
wonderful. Yes, that's what
seriously.
I like to hear.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you should definitely check out
They're like
at
60 minutes
minimum.
though.
Yeah, they're
60
long,
minutes
but
60
is a
minutes is
big requirement.
wonderful.
you should
Yeah,
definitely
Not
check
for
out.
somebody that you've never ridden with before though.
That's so true.
but she's
So
one
I
of the
wouldn't go
toughest
60 minutes.
instructors. You'd be like,
Are
you're
you
shocked.
kidding me? When I tell you I'm so mind blown right now, I'm thankful for this moment because there's no way I would have ever taken her before this.
When you
I mean,
think of it, she's
I
like
don't know that I would qualify her as one of the toughest, but she's really good and she does like to go heavy. But like,
on
she's no
those
Robin.
those football rides are tough.
Yeah, you should definitely, Jess. You should definitely take those two, either the football rides or the sing along. I think those were the two that I used to take regularly.
And 80s.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, and
Oh yeah.
80s.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
When I heard
Jess,
Yacht
I'll
Rock,
give you a
give me
recommendation. Jess, you know
if
I
you give
never
me
steer you
80s
wrong.
anything, I'm with it. I love best. Okay, I'm down. I'm waiting for
I'm
you,
gonna
D.
send you something. I'll send you something I like.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kari just mentioned the yacht rock stuff, and that's the type of stuff that Erica's into that style and that time period and that the yacht rock style of music, and a lot of people like those as well. Kari just mentioned them, so I don't know if you're into that. That's another one of her
Nope.
staples.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, I would. I'm
That's
a
the
pass
one
on
I
the
will
yacht rock.
pass. Thank you very much.
We went
Jess,
too
the
far.
yacht ride
I went
is
too
not
far,
on my
Jess.
recommendation
I
list.
took it too
You
far,
done
Jess.
pushed the envelope a little too
I was
far.
good, and then I just went
Pull
a
it
little
back.
too far. Okay, let me pull it back. Then.
You just went over the cliff.
I kept
You
going. I
had
mean,
me. You
it
had
was
me, and then
working.
boom.
You know.
You know what I'm saying?
And then I just kept going. I went too, like I always do. I just went too far.
Too damn far. You just, you give them an inch, you know?
She also has a good cover to cover ride where it's all cover songs, which is phenomenal.
Yep.
Those are really good. And her mixtape rides are a lot of fun. She does like wedding
mixtape rides.
You know how you used to make mixtapes?
Like,
oh no, I know
yeah.
how you make No,
but she has like a wedding one, like, summer breakups.
Jess, I don't
you
think
know?
there are kind of mixtapes, babe.
Oh, okay, because I was like, what kind of mixtape? Is it side A, side B? Like what?
It's the B side.
Listen, it ain't a mixtape from the
Oh no,
babe.
oh okay. You could keep that.
It would be the B side, not like what I think you would make us. But honestly, I like her 80s rides, and that holiday sing along was like really fun.
All right,
just
now,
if you want to try.
Now we done got way off. What the original topic was about this Bradley Rose thing, and we don't win. I don't even know how. Well, I don't know how we got here.
It was good. It was a fun ride. Oh, because Jen Sherman has a potty mouth, and since she's
that's right, and that's why we thought she probably was the one didn't do the Hanukkah. Okay, I got it now.
I have a theory.
Okay.
So I took both rides, Bradley Rose, the 20-minute, and then the cool down ride, just to support, right, the community. And I appreciate Peloton, making these spaces for all of us. I didn't necessarily enjoy it, but I think I don't really take Brett. He doesn't speak to me as an instructor.
Right.
But I think something that he said was that he's an ally of the community. And in his ride, he just spoke to how that we all really need to have more patience and love and respect for each other. So I think maybe that was why he did it, and maybe not Robin or Jen, was that really to show the power of allyship. So that's kind of what I took away from it, that it doesn't always have to be someone from that community really holding space. It can be an ally to say, we really need to show more respect for each other. So that's kind of what I took away from it.
What was the ultimate? I respect that. Other groups and how they view things like this, and what may or may not feel or not feel offensive. So not being a part of that community, like I didn't know what it was all about. So was the issue that they felt that since this wasn't a Jewish individual, that this was kind of a slighted attempt at providing something for that community? Like what did they feel was?
Well,
I think people were just really happy to have a Hanukkah ride because there's all
I
this.
didn't think there was a huge issue.
Yeah,
I don't think people being assholes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I also think, and it was nice. He had one or two Hanukkah songs, but all the rest was about flames and lights. I think he did a great job in selecting the music.
Okay.
They only played one or two Hanukkah songs. I mean, most of our Hanukkah songs suck, but
okay.
But I mean, he had Candle in the Wind and, Eternal Flame by the Bangles. I mean, it was cute. I mean, it was really nice.
I thought it was nice. I thought his message was good. And I mean, the point, one of the foundational items of Hanukkah is, lighting the candle for the oil that brought the light during times of darkness for that community. So I think I got the message, right? Is to be the light in the darkness, to be an ally to others in communities different from yourself.
Well,
so
I love that.
Thought it was
I love the message.
Well done. Yeah, I love the message.
Okay.
But Nisha, I'm like, well, what about Kwanzaa? Who gonna do us a Kwanzaa ride? But anyway, I thought it was good. I'm glad I took it. It was the first of its kind. And I just applaud the effort. I think people complain about everything, but sometimes you have to really just say there was good intentions there, and it was a good ride. It was a good ride.
And this the first time? Is this the first time that they've done a Hanukkah art ride?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the first one. And I think it's awesome that they offered it, but honestly, Bradley could ruin a unicorn flying by on a sunny day.
Wait a minute, I'm missing something. What you don't like his style, or what's up, Danielle? What?
Oh, he's horrible.
Oh snap! Oh snap!
Yeah,
he's
see,
horrible.
I didn't want to say that.
Oh snap! Y'all was being nice.
Yeah, I
Oh
was being
snap!
nice. I said he
He's
doesn't
got a
really speak to
great
me,
background story,
but
but
Danielle
as an
I
played
wouldn't know.
good.
instructor, he's horrible. I'm sorry.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
Oh snap!
I'm sorry.
Y'all was being
I
nice
Yeah,
wouldn't
all
I
this
was
know.
time.
trying to
Y'all
be
wasn't
I was
giving me the
trying to be
real.
nice.
In the world, I don't
Yeah.
care what y'all say. Whose class he could be on one hand. I'm not taking his damn class. So period. No.
Oh snap!
So
We was
in
sitting
this
here talking.
situation,
We
John,
was sitting here
I
talking with all
took
the
it.
niceties, and
I
y'all wasn't
know.
being real.
Well, I said
John, don't put
he
that clip
wasn't my
out there.
instructor.
I ain't
Yeah.
putting that clip
I just
out.
said
Don't. I'm
I
just
ain't
gonna
doing
straight
Of
that.
up
me
forget
being
him.
an a-hole. That's
Mm-mm.
terrible.
right.
We ain't
I
doing
just
nothing with
said he
that.
wasn't I just said he wasn't for me, but
Okay.
I took the class because it was a Hanukkah ride and I wanted to
Mm.
support that.
Right.
But ooh, like him as an instructor, like him trying to dance, and I was just like, oh my
He
gosh,
was
like
dancing. Oh
girl, he
no.
was trying to do like the shoulder shimmy, and I was like,
Oh
don't,
Lord.
please
Good
don't,
night.
Oh
just
Lord.
stop. Like you're
Good
off,
night.
Oh Lord.
you're on the 1 and the 3s, you're
Oh
at
Lord.
45 degrees with the
Oh damn.
shoulders, like just like no, just stop.
Damn.
However, I thought his message, I thought the playlist, was good. But I just really think it would have read very different had Robin or Jen taught the class, but I kind of understand maybe the context was to get an ally
Yeah.
to
I
the
like the
community.
message. I like that.
So Amy just chimed in. She said, "I can't do him. He's awkward."
Oh man. Everybody's saying the same thing. That's how I felt. I
Yeah.
just
Who
wasn't gonna say
takes
it.
him? There's
That's
no one that takes literally in this room right now, whether you're on stage
Leave
or
it to
not.
me to be the one to say it though, right?
Danielle
The
started it.
only person
Danielle
that has
started
to.
it.
Danielle,
I'm
Amy
just saying.
said to me as we're on mute, she goes, "Oh my God, he's just so awkward. I
Oh,
can't take
that's
him."
how Amy is like reading my mind. That's how I felt too, but I didn't want to say it. But oh
We're
wow.
cracking up over here, like laughing on mute. We're like, "Oh no." Amy goes,
No one takes him.
he's
The only
awkward."
person that has is Courtney.
Oh Lord. Well,
I love you, Jess.
Well, I just asked Nisha if
Just
she could log in and take him as me too, because she's like, I have to take it to get the badge. Well, I'm like, can you log in as me and take it twice and get me the badge too?
oh man. All right, I can't create no video ads off of this whole 5-minute segment. Oh man. But
Just delete this from the segment because I've tried to take him too, and Amy's like, "He's awkward." I'm like, "He can't be." Yeah, he's awkward.
oh man.
y'all
I,
brave. I
Listen,
don't take people
he
like
did
that.
during
Mm-mm.
last year during when they did the whatever that summer thing was they did. I can't even think what it's called now. The way they did all the different artists and it was like the music thing.
oh yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
did a
All
10
for
minute
one.
ride and I forget who
All
it
for
was and I
one.
took it because I loved them. And I'm like, he effed up this entire 10-minute ride. I was like, this is the worst experience of my life.
I'm
Wow.
I
sorry.
was like, it was
We just
either
have to
10 or
unmute
15
ourselves to
minutes.
laugh
Oh
because
wow.
Amy feels like she's always bashing him, but I'm like, nope,
We
nope, you're
all
not.
we all felt the exact same way, and it took Danielle to get us all to agree and say what we really meant. See,
Listen, that's what happens when you get a Gemini from South Philly and you let her just talk.
okay, and then all of us was like, yeah, dang,
True story.
yeah, wow. All right, well, I mean, I think we got consensus. I mean, wow. Well, all right,
But
well,
I don't know. Maybe he appeals more to a particular group in the UK,
you
but it
know,
just doesn't. It just does not translate to us here. So
yeah,
I took the ride knowing that it might be a little awkward, but just wanting to show support for those who identify as Jewish or those who celebrate Hanukkah. But it does not translate to our culture here.
yeah, that could be that. I don't know if it is or isn't, but that could be. Yeah, maybe it just his humor or his style translates better there than here. I don't know. But that's funny. Yeah, I felt this. I've started a Bradley Rose class, didn't finish it, never went back. So I
You did more than me.
so
I think
that's
that
all
might
I
be
know.
worse. I at least finished the class I started.
I don't like not finishing a class because I heard once that's like a ding. There's like that's a ding against them if you leave before the class is over.
Yeah, I've only done that twice.
And so I tend to not do that because whether I like the class or not, I don't want to be like negatively affecting that whoever the instructor is. I know it's their livelihood, right? So for that reason, I tend not to do that. But Lord, that one I left. I ain't gonna lie.
I think I've only ever left one class, and it was a run, and I'm not going to say who it was.
Yeah.
But she is as boring as watching paint dry.
Oh Lord, oh Lord!
Wow.
Don't get us into consensus again. Lisa said, "Did I start watching?" No, Lisa, it wasn't. No, I didn't start watching. I went somewhere else. I got off. But
Okay, so just so Amy can have a say, she has stopped the class, and she's never done that. But with Bradley, she has.
see, not just
they
me.
ask you if you exit a class before it's over, it asks you why you're leaving the class.
Now that's new.
That's new, though.
That's new.
Yeah, they didn't ask
Within
that.
like the
Yeah, it is
last
new.
2 months or so.
Yeah, that's a new feature.
Amy said
When
she answered honestly.
Yo, Amy's a real one, son.
Amy is definitely
Listen,
real one.
My
it would've been
wife
an
is like
option when
the bluntest person.
if that would have been an option when I left that run class, I absolutely would have answered what the real reason is, because she put me to sleep on a treadmill and it wasn't safe anymore. So,
Oh my God.
Oh Lord! I don't know if I want to know who this is, but I am going to text
you don't.
I am going to text you afterward because I kind of want to know, but I don't know if I want to know. Wow.
No, you don't. Mine was twice I left the class and it was just bad. One was extremely boring and another one was just way too much. Like I just couldn't even. And that doesn't happen often for me.
Well, I originally just brought this up because I just wanted to understand what was going on with the Hanukkah ride. And one other thing. And I was just incredibly happy to see that in the Run, Lift, and Live group when we started having those discussions about it, everyone is so courteous and so thoughtful of the opinions of others and how they may feel. And it was just a dialogue going back between, there were some people with like a passionate feeling about, Bradley being the instructor and maybe it should be somebody else. And then others without that same passion, but they just had a very kind of cordial discussion, which, you just don't see all the time. Didn't have to turn into an argument, right? It was just a disagreement, but they all were all good. And I loved to see that. So, I just wanted to mention that. That was awesome. But yeah, I guess the wrap up is Courtney gave us the message, which was awesome, and so but we all are in consensus that we ain't all into Bradley Rose.
and now we're gonna have Nisha's gonna log in as myself, and she'll log in as Amy, Lori's wife. So we both get credit for the
we're
ride.
gonna send her a
Nisha's
spreadsheet
now taking it 3 times
with all our leaderboard names.
Don't log into mine. Next thing you know, I'll get a suggestion.
Oh Lord, never mind. Don't log in with my ID. Never mind.
Nope. For something unusual. Nah, I'm good.
No, don't do it. All right, let's see.
I'm just trying to get us the badges.
Oh yeah,
I don't want
they can have a badge if I got for that. No,
the non-Bradley
and then the email comes.
Yeah, goodness. No, they can have a badge if it means take the. No, they can have it. All right, let's see. I know we started later, so I'm going a little over.
Wait. There is not a Hanukkah specific badge. You just got the holiday badge.
Oh, okay.
Oh, then I'm good, Nisha. I don't need you.
So
I'm
I was
good.
like,
Thank you.
like most of y'all are fine. It's just the regular holiday badge.
Oh Lord.
Thank you for
That's even more reason.
So I'm good.
Lord, goodness gracious, I'm gonna have to cut all this out. All right, let's see. What we got next? Yeah, I heard somebody. I think it was you, Chris. Somebody said something about studio ride schedule is changing. Is the studio ride? Are they offering more days that we can go in the studio and ride now? Has it changed? By the way, I'm gonna be in studio. What is it? The 20th next month.
Hey,
so I'll be out there.
I'm never getting in studio again unless someone invites me.
Aaron's in the audience. Aaron invited me. You're right, because I can't beat these people to getting these things. I'm always late.
Wait, I don't know Aaron. Aaron, invite me to the studio. No, I'm kidding.
And I hope I got the day right,
really,
Aaron. I hope I got the day right. I probably got it wrong, but I think I got it right. But whatever the day is, I'll be there. But have they changed? Is it augmented? Is something adjusted? Are they about to start offering more days?
Just nothing yet. They've been talking about Thursday for a while, and it might eventually be coming. But as of right now, like the next 6 weeks, it's not Thursday yet. So maybe in February or the spring.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought it was something that was like starting up. It's not starting up. It's like they've been talking about Thursday. Thursday probably be coming, but it'll be coming later on. Okay.
They really need to open it up, though. I mean, I'm not there, and honestly, my schedule is crazy, so I haven't tried a whole lot. But I've been with my friends on Mondays, texting as they try and get in, and it's bananas. So if they open up another day, that'll help alleviate some of the craziness, at least. You know, like the numbers have grown so much since they had in studio writers that only having availability on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday really limits like what they can do.
I thought, has my fanaticism just gone down? Am I just older and more lazy now? Like, why am I not like fighting to get in the studio? It just feels like stress to me. I can't get myself to be doing it.
I think because you've been there and you've done it and you're like an OG. But I think like for a lot of the newer people who've never been, they're willing to keep fighting it, especially for people who are local.
Yeah.
Like people who are local, like it's no big deal for them to pop in. But for me, it's like a whole production for me to get to New York for a class. So I'm not really as pressed about it as like some other people because it's not really convenient.
Well,
I'm a newer member. 2019. I'm with you, John. It's too stressful.
It's too much stress, right?
I don't want to, because I don't, it should be a simple booking process because I'm in Chicago. So if I have to get on a plane, get in the taxi, book the hotel, get an Uber to the studio, I also don't want to be stressed about just booking the class. So I'm like, no, I'm good.
Rich said this
with Peloton, but I'm just like, no, it's too stressful.
Rich said he said that months ago, and we dragged him. We did. We probably did. But we was all excited back then because the studio was about to open. But we probably did drag you. I don't know. But now you was right because I can't get myself to even try. I don't
want to get in. We said this months ago, I would rather hang out with you all, and meet some of you all in the flesh.
Oh, that's facts.
Because that seems to be like more like, I don't know, it would just fill my cup and be low key, low stress. Like life is lifing all the time.
Right.
I don't need the stress of trying to hustle to get into the studio. So unless they open up and make it a much more simpler process, no thanks.
Well, go ahead. Danielle.
I was just gonna say if I had to take a plane, I would never be there.
Like you ain't lying.
I'm like a 90-minute drive from the studio. And even that to me is like, damn, that's 90 minutes of driving.
Right.
Then if I drive, I got to park. That's like $70 to park. So if I had to take a plane, I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm good.
What's going on, Anisha? You there, Anisha?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. Here. Doing good. Can't call it. It's all good. How you doing?
I'm good. Same. Can't complain. Just wanted to revisit really quickly the badge thing. So, yes. We're not going to belittle. Hanukkah doesn't have its own badge, but it has the holiday. And I needed to interject as a badge ho. Mm-hmm. It also counts toward the holiday badge. So if you were into the holiday challenge, that could make the difference between you being bronze, gold, or silver, or nothing at all. So you're basically getting 2 badges with that.
Okay.
And my other thing about that is if Mariah didn't get a badge, Hanukkah's not getting one yet either.
Mariah didn't get a badge?
No,
Mariah
didn't get a Mimi
badge,
and which is terrible.
There ain't no Mimi badge. I'm kind of shocked.
But they put a whole series together with a really great graphic and everything with it, which should have been a badge.
I'm gonna need a Mimi badge.
I'm still on one about that. I'm gonna need a Mimi badge, and I'm gonna need them to just credit my
had the beautiful like butterfly graphic of like the Mariah collection that was up for a little bit. That should have been a badge. I agree.
I'm gonna need a Mimi badge.
But they've had Whitney twice, and there's no Whitney badge.
There's no Whitney badge either?
I was gonna say that too. Danielle, that Whitney deserves her badge too.
Taylor has
a ridiculous. Don't get me started with Taylor.
Okay. See, now you done messed up now.
Taylor can do with her badge. This whole clubhouse would be blocked.
Tomatoes.
You done messed up when you told us that.
Throwing tomatoes.
Only the Bradley Taylor one got the badge.
What? Okay, see, look. Oh, you know what, Danielle? I have been driving down to get into the studio all these years. We would get up, it'd be a whole ordeal, just like you said. And once we got into New York, we'd have to find parking. It was just a mess. We were going to the Mariah concert last week, and Erica said, "Why don't we take the train?" I've been living here in Connecticut for 23 years. I said, "Okay, let's try." It was the most leisurely thing, no stress. We just got off at Grand Central, went right on over there, watched it, got back on the train, went right back home like nothing. I've been driving all these years.
Okay, from a fellow
Listen,
Connecticut
I've
person,
only
are
Bruh.
you kidding me right now? We literally
You are
trained for
ridiculous.
20 years.
I've been living in
We
Connecticut
literally just took it from Hartford to go to New York City 4 weeks ago, and we didn't have any stops. We drove right into Moynihan Station. Are you kidding me? You drove and
You,
paid for the parking?
for
Come
20. I've
on.
been doing
John.
that for
Oh my
2
gosh. I mean,
decades.
Connecticut is like
Oh
Three's
my God.
Company.
You're wild,
Oh
Connecticut
my
is
yo,
God.
I
Mr.
Stephanie.
I
took
can't.
it.
I
Roper.
can't.
I took the train for the first time for the marathon. I took the train with my girl Shonda. We took it from out of New Jersey somewhere. We drove from our houses to New Jersey and then took the train. It's the first time I'm taking the train. Every other time I've been to the studio, I drove, I parked for the day. The other times, Paul got a hotel and we stayed over.
Right.
And like the train was super easy and I
Oh, it
was
was so nice.
fine.
Oh, it was so
It was
nice.
so nice until we were
Oh
coming
my.
home and there was a rat running down the
Oh,
fucking
Lord.
steps.
Okay, hold on. We're going to have to cut that
Okay,
before
we don't
Erica
have
hear
I
that.
mean,
rats.
so you
We
had a
have
whole New York
rats.
City experience. That's fine. What's the
I was like,
problem?
yo,
It's
that's
like your
a rat.
baptism. You were fine.
John,
I was
you and
not
Erica and
fine.
Jasmine have been literally driving in.
For 2 decades,
Seriously.
since 98. Since 98.
Oh,
And
my
so
heart
Good
hurts
night.
right
we
now.
You're
My heart
wild.
hurts.
we finally
My heart hurts.
Erica was like, "Why don't we just take the train?" I was like, "I don't know. Why not? Okay, let's try it." And
Are you
not to
rich?
mention it was like the cheapest thing ever. And then and we just just rolled in right at Grand Central and then just
I was,
John,
John,
not
it
for
was,
I
the
thought that
nothing.
train
was
was
We're
like the
not
so
old
laughing
French
freaking
at you.
rule.
We're laughing with you. But Amy and I are sitting here like 20 years. We've been taking the train.
since
Even
98.
more. Oh, my
Since
God.
98.
Okay.
I've
We've
been driving
and
in.
then
Okay,
wait,
so for
and then
everyone
so
on this call, we've had the luxury in Connecticut of taking the train, and we have all, but John and Erica and Jasmine, been taking the train since we were
Didn't
teenagers.
nobody tell me.
And
Didn't
I'm
nobody tell me.
47.
Didn't nobody tell me. See, I came out here from
For
San
those of
Diego.
you,
I get here, and then I just thought we were supposed, we in California, we just be driving everywhere. I thought
Oh my!
since
First of all,
right
I'm
98, I
so
just
y'all
been
sorry.
and y'all California people crack me up like y'all don't know their
John, you
metro
didn't have
system
the right friends.
so wait,
because
I
California
have to
trains are
point out.
desolate, and I'm like, these are nice and they're cheap.
and
All I'm
they're
saying,
nice.
people look at me like I
Yes.
have five heads. I'm like, let's just take the train. They're like, take the what? I'm like,
But
the train,
okay,
so it's
so
easy and it's safe. Like it's totally fine.
Yeah, y'all.
Y'all don't.
Didn't nobody hit
so
me
I
to that.
saw the
You
rat
know.
John, you
when
better be texting me next time you travel.
I see. I'm
Just
gonna have to
saying.
ask some questions next time. I didn't know, but now Erica's like, why didn't we do this all? I said, I don't know. I don't. I can't. And the whole way back, I was saying it all the way back. I don't know why we didn't never do this
Who
before.
the hell wants to drive into New York City anymore? Not I, said the fly.
Oh, I ain't
Not
never
I.
ever doing that again. Ever. Yeah. That we just done turned over a new leaf.
I honestly don't know if I could do the train again. I mean, I really don't know. Like the rat on the way home was like a
It's
lot,
one rat.
and
Welcome. You're
then
baptized.
shut up, and then on the subway somebody had a roach on their hand, like it was a roach in somebody's hair, and then the person fling their hair because they felt the roach in their hair and then landed on somebody's hand.
You know what? What's
Like I
funny about
literally,
that?
I would be dead.
You know
I
what's
would be
funny
dead.
about that is okay. So we had never taken the train in New York, right? And so it's leading up to us getting on this train to go to this Mariah concert, and Jasmine, I think, shared the video that you just mentioned, like to me, like directly to me, of this roach on someone's hand on some train. The same video you just mentioned, and I was like, "Good Lord, don't show that to your mother. She will never get on this train with me. Do not show this to your mother." But you know
Yeah,
that train
but
was
once,
But
clean and
John, I
nice.
told you about the roach. I told you.
wait a
I
second.
told you about the roach.
Once
You
you
knew
get into the
about it.
city, once you get into the city, you don't take the subway. You take Ubers. Who
Right,
cares about $20,
right.
right?
Right.
So once you take the train from Hartford to Moynihan Station, the new one, you get off in this beautiful station. You come out. They
Right.
literally You don't take a subway. Nobody
Right.
takes a subway unless
Period.
you're
And
in New
that's
York.
what I learned.
You take an Uber.
That's what I
You
learned.
Uber, you do
Well,
the yellow
listen, when
taxi,
we were
you
there
walk.
for
Like,
marathon weekend, they dragged Steph took me on the subway, and her and Niche, I literally was like, "Listen, I don't know where I'm going. Y'all better not fucking lose me. Like, put a leash on me like a little kid." So they
I'm
took me
dead.
on the subway, and they kept turning around checking for me. Had I known this whole roach story, if it had happened before we were there for marathon weekend, I'd have been like, "I ain't going on the subway.
So they
We
push
gonna have to
Subways are
find
elderly.
not
another
like
way to
that.
get there."
So they push elderly people onto the tracks in the subway. You take an Uber and you get to where you're needing to go, and it's usually $20 and you're good.
That's what we did. It was the simplest, nicest, most stress-free trip to the city I've ever had in 24 years or however long it's
I
been.
love you
Thank
all,
you.
but you need to talk to some Connecticut people about going into New York City. Seriously, where we've grown up here. You take the train and you Uber.
Yeah, it was lovely. I can't lie. So I can't use that as an excuse not to get into the city anymore because that's just the simplest thing ever that I learned, a quarter of a century later. But anyway, that's what I'm gonna do in January is make a simple trip and come right back. It was really nice. And we ain't see no roaches or rats because like you said, it's just a nice train. We didn't go on no subway, so it was all nice. So next time I'm gonna ask you about it. Next time I'll get some insight from people who grew up here.
I hope so, John. I hope so.
Yeah, and Erica's all excited to go back now. She's like, "Oh yeah, that was so nice. I didn't have to be stressed out at your driving." She stresses out when I'm driving, so she's like, "I didn't have to be stressed out at your driving."
So the moral of the story is I used to drive into New York City and they won't go with me anymore, so we take the train.
Yes.
And for anyone who doesn't know, I'm about 45 minutes north of Philly. So everyone is like, I don't understand why you don't take the train from Philly. But I'm not. I would rather drive to New Jersey to take the train to New York than to take the train in Philly. But I'm still not convinced I'm getting back on it. I definitely would need Shonda
Oh my
again to
God.
take me on the train. Someone tried to give me
It
their
is
entrance to a
not
class
that
last weekend. And
bad.
I was like, oh my God, I can't. Paul was like, you should go. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to get there? He's like, take the train. I was like, but Shonda's not going. I can't take the train by myself.
Yo, so I
You
know
are wild.
I know we're about to run out of time, but I want to make sure we get this topic in because I told y'all last week that I was gonna go to one of these 2 or 3 Marshalls that are around my house and find out that if they got Peloton equipment or apparel and accessories in these Marshalls. I didn't get a chance to do that, but I then saw other people posting more stuff in my group and other places, just more and more stuff just showing up in Marshalls all over the place. Are y'all experiencing that?
I need to go. I haven't gone.
Yeah, I gotta go
And I'm
too.
stressed.
Getting stuff for just like no cost. They just buying all mats
It's for
and
free.
shoes and
So
what is going
I
on?
did do my homework. I said I would check after the last call, and I did. I went and I checked. My TJ Maxx did not have anything, but my Marshalls had they had the dumbbells. They had 5 pounds and 10
What
pounds,
is going
and they
on?
had the new shoes and the old shoes.
And they selling the new shoes for like nothing. What is going
They
on?
were
What
$49.99
is
for the new
happening?
shoes
What is
They
and
didn't have my
$49.99
size.
for the old shoes.
what is
Did you
Oh,
happening?
I
text
don't
us
know.
this?
I don't know. I don't know.
What is going
I don't
on,
know.
y'all?
I
Look
don't
at how
know.
stingy she is.
I didn't look. And
Oh
at the
my
time,
God.
I never even looked for clothes because I sent it to Chris and I'm like, oh my God, Chris, did you know they had clothes too? And he's
Wait
like,
a
yeah,
minute.
I
You
know.
sent it to Chris, but you didn't tell us?
I did. I told y'all they had clothes. Someone else
What
posted about
store? What
clothes.
store was this?
Clothes and the new
Marshalls.
shoes are two
Marshalls.
different
Oh,
things,
okay.
Danielle. Do you hear what
But
you're
I didn't
saying?
see the clothes. I didn't see the clothes. I saw the
But what
post
I'm
about
saying is
clothes.
you saw the shoes and you ain't even, bust a
Mm,
text like,
I
hey,
mm,
told y'all
girl.
they had shoes at
mm.
mine. You weren't listening to me. You weren't
No,
listening.
don't blame it on
I
me.
heard you. I heard you say that, Danielle.
Oh, look at that.
Thank you.
Chris got your back. See, did you just see that?
Were
Chris
they with
got
the
your back.
shoes
You know what,
or were
Chris?
they with sports?
No, that the shoes are with the shoes. They're in the
Wow.
shoe department at my Marshalls. Yeah.
What
And
is
they have a
going
lot of
on?
them.
They take
They have a
$150
lot of them.
shoes and you could just
They're in
you
the
could just
men's
go into
department
Marshalls and
though.
get them for $49?
They're
You
with
have
the
a shoe
men's shoes.
department at Marshalls?
My
Where are
What
Marshalls.
you
you
mean?
at?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of Marshalls you got?
Don't they all have shoe
I
departments?
thought they all had shoe departments. No?
No.
No.
Oh,
Where the
you
shoes
need an
at?
upgrade, honey.
Wait, so where the shoes at then?
Living in the wrong place, evidently.
Well, I'm going to go here in Connecticut. I got to figure out if any of these Marshalls around here have all of the same stuff I keep seeing everybody posting about all over the place, which is just wild to me considering what the prices of these things were. And then not only that, the weights. I mean, they selling weights at a per pound unit cost from like back in 1995 or something. Like, what is going on?
I need
But
a 10-pounder.
the apparel, like the picture of the apparel that the person posted was like current apparel.
What in the world is
at
happening,
a
y'all?
very discounted price, and I'm
Did
like,
they have?
Oh,
damn, and I didn't.
I can't.
Are we a discounted brand now?
That's what I'm saying. What happened? Did they really have that much inventory? Or is this something else
Uncle
going on?
Barry has.
What is going on? I am all
I think
lost.
they probably had a lot of inventory, but I will say, like Marshalls and TJ Maxx, like they'll carry Coach bags, they'll carry Michael Kors, they'll carry like usually last season or 2 seasons ago stuff. They used to carry a ton of Nikes, they don't anymore. And actually, somewhere I saw a post that Nike was actually going to make a comeback in Marshalls because of how much stock they had. So I don't really know that it makes us like a discount brand because we're in
lost.
Marshalls.
Well, Coach
I think it kind of
actually
makes us like a we have too much shit and we'd rather sell it than sit on it.
All I
Yeah,
know.
but the
Coach
sad part
actually
is,
makes
can we blame
lines.
it on Jill anymore? We can't blame it on
That's what
Jill
I'm
anymore.
saying. That's what I'm saying. We
So-
can't blame that on Jill. What is going
No, but
on?
for Coach specifically, just because I used to work for the brand for literally 10 years, I know that they make specific for Marshalls and discount stores and Macy's that they don't release in other places. Like Factory gets special things just for them. And once in a while, there'll be overflow that they send over to these discount places. But a lot of times the units are made specifically for the discount lines like Marshalls, TJ Maxx, etc.
But do you think that
I didn't know.
Peloton had the foresight to do that?
I just am not thinking that's what it is.
No, not at all.
I think
it's overflow
overstock.
But Danielle using the comparison, I was like, oh, Coach has it. Michael Kors actually does the same thing as well. So for that instance, I don't think it's a good comparison because it's not always overflow when it comes to merchandise making it at these discount stores.
And
I can accept that because I didn't know that they did that. I didn't know they made specific things for discount stores like that. Like y'all know I'm not a bag person. My girls know I'm not a bag person. They know I'd rather have like a $10,000 refrigerator or something crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Than like a bag.
Wild. Man, jeez.
But is this like? I mean, is there other stores? I know there's Marshalls and Peloton's doing it at TJ Maxx, right? Like, so that's 2. Are there any others?
Yeah, my acupuncturist is also a Pelotoner, and she said that they had it in her Sierra Trading.
Oh, that's right, Sierra Trading.
What the heck is a Sierra Trading?
They're all under the same brand, though. They all
Sierra
fall under
Trading.
that TJ Maxx brand.
Umbrella.
What is that?
I think TJ Maxx.
That's where I would buy my discounted boots.
Right.
Well, Sierra Trading is the thought of the store is to cater to like outdoors life, so like camping, athletics, yoga, climbing.
What that got to do with
Where
Peloton?
they got that at?
What that got to do with
they have
Peloton?
one near me. But what it's saying, it's catering more to like active lifestyle. So a lot of times they will have like coats for outdoors, athletic wear like yoga, Pilates, bar. They'll have like all the accessories that you would need for that. So I'm gonna check that store because there's one close to me as well, and I'll report back.
So check this out.
Under the TJ Maxx and Marshalls brand.
So check this out. I've been using the same cycling shoes for I don't know 4 or 5 years, and I've been going. I mean, I haven't changed my cycling shoes out.
To watch a ride.
No, throw them out.
You know what I
That's
mean?
what you want for Christmas?
Yep.
That's what you want?
So
What's your size?
I was gonna go and buy some off the Peloton site. I was gonna get those new ones. I was planning to do it. And right as I'm planning to do that, I start hearing about these people picking up new Peloton shoes for like a third of the price from like TJ Maxx. What? This is crazy.
Is that what you want
John,
for
what
Christmas?
size?
Because that's what
Yeah,
I'm
what
making.
size
What
do you
size do
wear?
you wear?
Yeah,
Because
I'm
this
with
is
you, Jessica. Let
absolutely
me go
We
find
can
because
all make this happen, John.
because
we'll all
this
look.
is ridiculous.
You
We will
know,
all look.
that's me. You know, I don't tend to like.
What size? What size?
I
What
tend to
size?
like.
Erica, what size do you wear?
Marco said he's only watching. That's why his shit lasts so long.
Damn.
All right, never mind. Marcos is right. You don't work out. We don't need to
I
buy
cut.
you
I
nothing.
customized the side of the shoe, and it used to say "Run, Lift, and Live." Now it say "Rule, Lift, or Up." I mean, the letters them fell off. I mean, and so I was like, I think it's about time I get some new ones. But why would anybody go? I guess my point is, why would anybody go to the boutique now? Wouldn't you just run over to your local Marshalls and TJ Maxx first to check?
Well,
I
not for
mean, I
nothing,
would definitely
John.
check, but I
Where's
don't
our
think they're
local
everywhere.
boutique?
What, I missed it. What'd you say? I'm sorry. What'd you say, Lori?
No, where the hell is our local boutique?
Oh, you're
The
right.
West Farms Mall?
West Farms. But no, that's not even really the local
Yeah,
boutique because they don't even really sell
exactly.
anything. We don't
So
really
we
have one.
have to go to those stores.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, I mean, but I never even thought to like go in person at all for that stuff. I always just kind of ordered it online. And you're right, because we had no option. But now, not only do I potentially have an option, but it's like a third of the cost.
I would be curious to see what markets they actually made it into. Because I know a lot of people said like their TJ Maxx had it. And like I said, when I went to mine the first time, neither store had anything. And then they finally got something. So I would wonder, like, do they have that stuff down in Philly? Do they have it actually in New York? Or do they only have it in smaller outskirt places like I'm in
Danielle, we don't
Harleysville?
have it in Connecticut either. I don't. We've never seen it.
Right, but like you're not a big place, so that's like
Right,
I mean,
right.
yeah, oh
But
right,
we're
so
right outside of New
you should
York.
have it.
So where do we go?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question.
Well,
But
all I
mine didn't
know,
have it either a couple weeks ago. When everyone else first started posting, mine didn't have it, and then mine got it.
and I think that's what I'm saying. I think it's expanding. Like you said, it wasn't there and then it was. That's why I'm even more interested in going to check out ours now. Because if I go and it's in ours, I'm going to kind of translate that to, this is a lot of places. What does this mean? Was their inventory really that backed up? Like, or what is this? Like, what does this
And I
mean
will say,
for their
Well, you
boutique?
better be texting Amy and I that it's there so we can partake.
I'm gonna definitely let you. If I see some stuff in there, I'm gonna definitely let you know. But to me, it's just odd. I don't know what this. I don't know how to process and interrogate what this means. What does this mean? Like, I don't get it. You know?
and we only have one Peloton store near us, and it's in King of Prussia, and it's probably like 20 minutes from me. Like, I don't think they have an actual Peloton store in Philadelphia. I think the only one they have is in King of Prussia. So I'd be curious. I'll ask my son if he goes in there, if they have any of them stuff down in the city. And I don't know what they have in New York, if they have anything at all.
Well, I'm gonna find out here because that's crazy. And yeah, and if I find out that they got some of them new shoes, then then I will, for the first time in like 4 or 5 years, have some new cycling shoes.
You better be hooking.
Well, and it was funny because I saw the old ones first. I saw the old shoes first. And I was like, oh, they got the old ones for $49.99. I'm like, whatever. And then I walked down the next aisle to like a different size. And then the next size up, they had the new ones. I was like, oh, shit, these are new ones.
Right.
I was like, damn. Because they're like, what, 150?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're like 150.
I want them.
Bananas.
So, okay, when you go back, Danielle, you let me know. Thanks.
I got you. I'm going over there before Christmas.
Oh, Lord. Courtney
you.
said
I'll
she
let
need
you
the
know.
mini Alex. You need the mini Alex and Robin.
Yeah, I mean, if stuff is appearing in Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and Sierra Trade, and I'm gonna just put it out there.
How come them ain't
let's
in
drop
there?
some of the let me.
I doubt that those
people.
are in there. I'm waiting for Chris to just send me mine. I mean,
No,
Chris is the only one that
sorry.
has them. I'm waiting for
I'm
Chris. I'm
sorry.
waiting on Chris.
You waiting on Chris?
Coco, it was just
It's lost in the mail. It's backed up in
It's
mailing with the
holiday
holidays.
season. Yeah, it's holiday season.
I'm like, I'm waiting on Chris, but in the
It's with
meantime,
my
he didn't answer my
doves,
address
girl.
and nothing. He didn't say like, Danielle, where should I send these to?
Because he sent them with my doves, honey.
They got confused.
Oh, that's funny. All right, then. Well, I got my run in today. I did my little Alex run. Well, I mean, if you could call it a run. I mean, I would run it sometime. So that's a run, right? I I mean, CocoLoco saw me running at 8, so that we gonna stretch that to I was running at 8 the whole time, because we gonna make that up real quick. I got my run in. Alex class was off the chain. I enjoyed it. Get to go to an Alex ride next month. Thank you, Aaron, for the invite. I can't wait to see you. That'll be fun. And we got to figure out some other get-together. So I'll be in Cali in first week of January. Hopefully, I'm looking to plan that out.
Listen to me. No, let's pause right there.
Okay.
Because the last time you was over here,
right,
I ain't see you not 1 second.
See,
so
my
if
bad.
you come up over here again,
right,
and I don't see you, we gonna have a problem.
Okay, my bad. Okay.
Okay.
We gonna make this go right this time.
Mm-hmm.
But we gotta, you know me. Like my focus more like on us and the community and the stuff that we can do to kind of, ensure that we got camaraderie and we're helping each other with our own goals. So I look forward to any type of get-togethers and the things where we get to actually see each other in person. So hopefully there'll be more of those things coming in the future. But I know I'll get to see some folks on the 20th, so that'll be the bomb. I can't wait.
And I'd love to see everyone except for Coco.
Uh-oh. Well, wait a minute.
No,
wait
that's
a minute.
my boo. Don't say that.
That's my girl right there. What?
That's real nice, Danielle. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas. Bah humbug.
Bah humbug, right?
I hope you don't get a rower.
Oh, snap.
I'm not getting
man.
a rower.
Oh, man.
I already know I'm not getting one.
Oh, man.
No, Nicole knows I love her. I just like to harass her.
Yeah, I know.
It's the way our relationship works.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We understand.
She just fired me the other day.
Oh, snap.
She said I was a former admin.
Former admin. I'm actually waiting for I'm waiting for my cookies from Marcos because everyone seems to get them except for me.
Oh, wait a minute. Is Marcos still out there? Marcos, if you're out there, thank you so much. Those cookies were off the chain.
Don't rub it in, John.
You know what I mean? I ate a couple of them while I was watching Jess's class last week. It was the bomb, It's off the chain.
They were amazing. They literally amazing.
I had Peloton cookies and I was watching a Peloton class. I mean, it went together.
I mean, it seems fitting.
Seems
with no shame.
It all worked out. I figured it worked out.
I think eating the cookies was better than having chips because at least they were Peloton.
I can't.
It aligned.
I'm giving you credit, John. Look at
exactly. I mean, that was my logic. So But Marcos, thank you for that. That was incredible. I appreciate that. We appreciate you guys. That was awesome. So
they were amazing, and there was a fight in my house about who got what cookies.
Right.
Oh, no problem.
Maybe mine got lost in the mail. I'll wait for you, Marcos. Maybe it's when I get back.
Because CocoLoco has been mad at me, so I friend requested CocoLoco. She never accepted me, so she was naughty list immediately.
She was on the naughty list.
And then I had some other people that I communicate with, but since there's so many cuckoos out there, I'm like, if I start asking for all these addresses, they might think I'm like a stalker or some weirdo. So I just got the addresses of a few that I talked to more than not. But I would have loved to send them to more people. I just didn't know if people would get weirded out. But next year, I'll take care of a little more because the lady that
I gotta wait till next year.
Awesome. Or maybe some other. I'll see if she does them some other time. But the lady is does them during the holidays. She's awesome. So they're pretty cool.
And thanks for the holiday card too, Marcos.
Side of that, they get your address back. So there's some people on here that I don't know that I want them to have my address back. So just keep that in mind when you send them, when you start sending them cookies next year, that you're like, oh shit, now I sent it to Jess and now she also has my return address. And,
why you make it seem like I'm a stalker?
No respect, Jess.
I just want him to be aware.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, damn.
Hey, Marcos, we got it. We're good. We understand.
But thank you, Marcos. I just want to make sure you knew that was well appreciated by us. And that was nice. We appreciate you both. Cool. All right. There's a few other things on here, but I done took y'all over. We can talk about those next week. I just roll them over. I just roll the topics over, That's all
You won't roll them over. We'll forget about them. You'll put a new poll out.
That's probably
will not
right.
Include the rollover topic.
You probably right. You probably right.
And then someone will be like, damn, we didn't talk about this in like a few weeks,
You said,
remember?
you
And
know
we'll
what
be
I'm
like,
saying?
oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every once in a
It's
while,
all good, though.
the next week will come, and of course, I won't roll it over. But then, like 2 or 3 weeks will pass, and I'll be like, "Remember that topic from 3 weeks ago? That was a good one." And then I'll just throw it in, you know. So I don't know. Maybe they'll show back up because I do want to talk to you guys about this milestone swag stuff. I got some thoughts on the whole milestone swag gear. So,
Oh,
It's
don't go there.
ridiculous.
so I got some things
Nope,
I need to
nope,
talk to
nope.
y'all about
Having to
this.
buy your own.
It's ridiculous.
So
That is some shit that
See,
Oh,
and
people
I
oh,
actually
wait,
discuss.
don't think
wait.
it's
Do
that
we have a
bad.
bot?
I don't think it's that bad.
I
Do
think
we
it's
have a bot?
rude.
We have a bot.
Why?
we have a bot.
If you want it, you buy it. If you don't want it, then you don't buy it. Like,
Uh-uh.
I'm
Not
not
when I
buying
used to
it.
get these things for free. Now you got me paying a whole
They're
bunch
still for
extra.
free.
The
They're
100
still
ones
giving
are
out the
still
free
for
ones.
free.
Right, they're still giving out the free shirt. So it's not like you don't, you can still get the free shirt. But now they've got a line of swag that you could just purchase yourself, and they're a little more fancy, and they're like sweatshirts, and they
Mm-mm.
got milestone stuff now.
See, I don't have a problem with that. Like, you get the free one, but if you want something
They
extra,
should all
then
be
you buy
free.
the extra. Why? Why?
For
Y'all
what we
clothes folks
pay,
act
they
like you
should
ain't
all
working.
For
be
Why
all
free.
of
is
the things
everything
that the
supposed to be
the
free?
promoting that we do of this brand is ridiculous. We sitting there with a whole damn podcast right now for these people. Okay, and the amount of rides and promoting that we do, money that we spend just in general on apparel, no, it should be for free. No,
You
I'm
get them for
sorry.
free with All Access Plus when you sign up for that next year.
You know what, Chris?
What a guy! What what did Chris say?
So
The guy plus
I can't
plus.
stand you.
I
All
think
Access Plus.
I could see having like if when you hit your 1,000 workout or whatever, you get another free T-shirt. So you get one of the 100, you get one of the 1,000, maybe you get the next one at like 5,000 or something.
Right.
But these aren't just T-shirts though that they're offering. They're like long sleeve crew necks and sweatshirts and stuff.
Right.
Why would that stuff be free? Like, I don't see that being free.
No, I
And
get.
I'm also not buying that either
But
because I don't give a
that's where
shit.
I
I
was
don't even know
going
where
with
my
it.
Century shirt is.
I was like struggling
But
with.
wait a minute. I thought this was for next week.
Oh, you right.
We
You right.
talking
We
about.
just done ran right into it. We just started it. We just went right into it. You right. We gonna save that. We gonna save that for
It's
next.
your fault though, Jessica, because you wanted to be like, I don't know why it's not free. It should all be
You
free.
right. All right. You right. You got
Yeah, but hold
it.
on. Nothing is free with Peloton. We
You ain't
pay
never lied.
God's amount of money.
You
You
ain't
So
ain't
never
never
save that
lied.
for
lied.
next
Mm-mm.
week. But we all pay God's amount
Mm.
of money for a Peloton.
You
You
ain't
ain't
never
never
So,
lied.
lied.
Mm-mm.
there
Mm-mm.
should be some schnizzle that
Yeah.
comes for free.
You ain't lied. You ain't never lied there. That's the
Jess, you'll have to
truth.
let us know what Tonal's giving you for free.
No, let
I
me
don't
tell you
have
about
a
Tonal
total,
janky
but
little
I have a
apparel line.
hydro.
No, do we got a
Damn.
few minutes? Y'all got a few minutes?
Oh,
Yeah, fine.
something happened with Tona? Wait a minute. What?
Me.
Tona, what?
I was so for the long since I got my little piece of machine. I've been wanting to get some swag. Why the hell are people apparel line down?
Wait, well, hold up. Well, that doesn't really surprise me, right?
I'm
Because
so annoyed.
they ain't been paying their
They
manufacturer's
can't even
bill in
pay
like
their
2 months.
bills.
But
How you
I
selling
mean,
dang,
apparel when they can't
I
pay bills?
mean, they ain't paying bills. So I mean,
that is
they ain't worried
and
about
it's
your
like
apparel.
BRB, whatever the heck the
They
message
got
is.
credit
We're
collectors coming
upgrading. Y'all
after them,
lying.
Jess. You ain't getting no damn apparel.
They getting them
No
They got
calls.
the
apparel.
They
'They
888
probably
number
haven't
calling
paid
them.
the 3PL, so they're not getting anything.
to,
Jesus.
Tona
Can I
over
get a
there.
little piece of t-shirt, a tank top, or something
Look,
that say Tonal?
Okay,
look.
but actually, with hydro, you get a free water bottle. So I'm just saying.
Oh, see, okay, all right, see, but
With
A
Hydro,
whole water bottle, like a whole
with Hydro,
entire
you
water
get
I
bottle.
stuff for.
know, I
You
know,
get like
but
4
it's a
different
water
things with
bottle
Hydro.
still.
oh, you do? I didn't know that with hydro.
You get something for like 250,000 meters, 500,000 meters, a million
Oh,
meters. You
okay.
get
They
different
also
Peloton
things for
only
was
different
have like
tiers.
5,000 users. They can afford to give out shit at those numbers. They got 5,000 people that use the equipment. It's not that bad to give it out. Like,
But they also give back to the environment, right? So there's something to that
you
All right,
can't even get it
come
out.
to have
on,
for this
come
conversation.
on.
You
But
can't even
I
get it
but
out.
they give it
will
back to the
say
environment with their
that I
5,000
totally
users.
agree that we got the 100, but there is something to be said about some other platforms that give and they give and they give and they environmentally give and then you get something in return. So there is something to be said, but it's just a goddamn water bottle. So I ain't gonna lie. It's not a lot.
Peloton needs to make a I've watched 100 workouts shirt for John.
You know, well, how come they don't got no I watched 100 rides badge? I'm just trying to say.
Please don't.
You know what I mean? I don't think they taking into consideration some of us. You know.
But Tono needs to pay that bill because I would like a little T-shirt that say Tono, a little bra.
You better just hope they don't come and collect the tonal back.
Listen.
We need this to pay back our creditors.
Tono getting them calls at noon in the middle of the day that they ain't answering. I mean, because people calling them for money right now.
They didn't block a shit ton of numbers.
They done blocked a bunch of people because they ain't paying no bills right about now. Goodness gracious.
My poor people. And it's such a good machine.
I know. That's the thing. It's such a good machine, I know. But